of bases, when we add water to the solid base, we are getting cation and anion, right? These are cations and these are anions. Okay, the anions formed is common, right? Here we are getting common anions like OH minus, and the cations can be Na plus, K plus, Mg2 plus, like that. Okay, so we can say that the common ion formed by the bases on addition of water is what? OH minus ions, hydroxide ions. Okay, hydroxide ions. Okay, so we can say that in acids the common ion is what? H plus ions. We can call it as hydronium ion also. Okay, H plus aqueous or hydronium ions, because H plus can't exist freely. That's why we will add water to the acid. Then only we will get what? By adding H plus to the H2O, we will get H3O plus ions, that is hydronium ions. Similarly, when we add water to the bases, we are getting common anion as OH minus ions or hydronium ions, hydroxide ions, and cations can be Na plus, K plus, Mg2 plus, or like that. Okay, so we can commonly write the case of ions. In acids, we have H plus ion as the cation. Anion can be Cl minus, NO3 minus, SO42 minus, CH3, COO minus, like that. Okay. Similarly, when we take the case of bases, we can get common anion as OH minus ions. Okay, hydroxide ions. Then cations can be Na plus, K plus, Mg2 plus, like that. Okay. So in the previous class we dealt about the case of neutralization reaction, right? So what is neutralization reaction? Reaction between acids and bases, right? So when acid and bases react with each other, we are getting salt and water as the product, right? So after these reactions, we can say that in acid H plus is the common cation, and in bases OH minus ion is the common anion. Okay, so for neutralization reaction we can also write this in another form. Neutralization reaction. Okay, that is acid on reaction with base, we are getting salt and water, right? Actually that is the neutralization reaction. So in acids we can say that hydrogen is the common ion and we can have any anion. Okay, so let's take this anion part as X. X is the anionic part. X is the anionic part. Let's consider like this. Okay, and we are considering in base we have OH minus ion as the common anionic part, and it can be any metal type cations. Okay, so we can represent M as the cations, can be any metals. Okay, can be any metals. That's why we can take it as MOH. OH is the common ion within the bases. Okay, then what can be the salt formed? We want to get water as the byproduct along with the formation of salt, right? So water can be formed by combining this H and OH minus ions, right? So what will be the salt formed within this neutralization reaction? MX, right? So MX can be the salt formed and H2O. One H plus from the acid and OH minus from the base. Then we are getting, by combining this H plus and OH minus ion, we are getting water as the byproduct along with what? Salt. By the salt is, we are getting by the combination of this metal cationic part and this anionic part, that is MX. We can denote it as MX. So we can also denote this neutralization reaction by this method. Okay, that means HX plus MOH gives MX plus H2O. We can only write this general formula by knowing the ions formed in this acid and bases. Okay, so these are all about this ions within this acids and bases and another form of this neutralization reaction. Okay, so when we I'm rubbing this one, you can note this. By pausing the video, you can note the points from this board. Okay, so now I am rubbing this one. So then the next topic is dilution. Dilution of acids. Okay. So actually acid is a concentrated liquid, right? So acids will have H plus ion as the common ion. So when we take the case of HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, that means nitric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, the common ion which is present within this acids are H plus ions, right? So we already know that this hydrochloric acid is a concentrated acid. We want to dilute it by adding water, right? Similarly, H2SO4 or sulfuric acid is a concentrated acid. We want to make it diluted by adding by the addition of water to it. Then we will get diluted sulfuric acid. So similarly, when we take the case of nitric acid also, when we add some amount of water to it, we can get diluted, right? Then we can call it as diluted nitric acid, diluted sulfuric acid, diluted hydrochloric acid, right? So how can we dilute these acids? So let's consider the case. Okay, so in a beaker we are taking acid. We are taking highly concentrated acid. Let's consider it as a hydrochloric acid. It is a concentrated acid. Okay, so we are already taken this HCl in this beaker. Okay, so what will happen? By the addition of water only we will get diluted hydrochloric acid, right? So when we add water to this hydrochloric acid, what will happen? What will happen? There may be explosion. Okay, or splashing of acid will be there. So due to the splashing of acid, we can get burned. Okay, so why this is happening? Why this splashing out of acid is happening actually? Okay, is there any difference between these two cases? In one case, this is the first case and this is the second case. In the second case, we are taking water in this beaker and then we are adding HCl in drop wise. Okay, so but when we do this case, there is no splashing of acid, but here splashing of acid is there. Splashing of acid is there and chances for burning. But in this case, there is no chance for splashing and there is no cases such as burning. Okay, so what is the difference between these two cases? Actually, this first case is an exothermic reaction. That means in the beaker we are already having HCl. In that the concentration of H plus ion is more, right? So when we add this water is when we take the case of concentrated HCl or any concentrated acid, when we take this concentrated acid in a borosilicate glass having beaker, we can sense that the solution is little bit hot. So when we add this water to this, what will happen? There is a change in temperature and we can say that on dilution, what will happen? The H plus ion concentration decreases, right? So when we add little amount of water to this concentrated HCl acid, there is chances for splashing out of acid due to the exothermic reaction. The reason is actually what? This is an exothermic reaction. Okay. So what is the case of this second case? Here we are taking water. Okay. It will have a room temperature water or something like that. Okay. In that, the concentration of H plus ions is less when we compare it with this first case. In this HCl, we have more concentrated H plus ions within this HCl, right? And in this, we are having less amount of H plus ions from this water molecule. Okay. So we are then we are adding HCl as drop wise by constant stirring. So there is no there is no extreme change in the temperature, right? So there is no extreme change in the temperature and concentration. So this is not an exothermic reaction such as this. So there is no splashing out of acid. So this method is safer than this method. So when we dilute an acid, actually we will take water in a container. At first we will take water in a container, and to that we will add HCl or any acid by constant stirring. Then that reaction is safe. Okay. So that's all about this dilution of acids. So thank